Hi, Alfie. Okay, I'm going to do this video. Okay, hi, I've officially memorized all of the tarot, so I'm going to recite them now for you, and I'm going to shut my eyes so that you know that I'm not looking at some giant whiteboard behind me with all of the explanations on it. Okay, so I'm going to shut my eyes, and I'm going to start with the major arcana. 0 is the Fool, 1 is the magician, 2 is the High Priestess, 3 is the Empress, 4 is the Emperor, 5 is the Hierophant, 6 is the Lover, 7 is the Chariot, 8 is Strength, 9 is the Hermit, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, 11 is Justice, 12 is the Hangman, 13 Death, 14 is Temperance, 15 the Devil, 16 the Tower, 17 the Star, 18 the Moon, 19 the Sun, 20 is Judgment, 21 is the World, the end of the cycle. And then I'm going to go through the minor arcana, starting with coins, or if you go home, pentacles or discs. Okay, so I have the images in my mind, so I'm just going to say the ace with the bird on the cup with the coin thing in his mouth. Okay, 2 of coins, I'm going to just call him pentacles. 2 of pentacles is the guy, and he's got the infinity sign, and inside the infinity sign are the pentacles, and then behind him there's the scene of like the wavy ocean, and I think there's 2 boats in that water. 3 of pentacles is, why is this so hard when I'm trying to memorize? The 2, the 3. Oh, 3 of Pentacles has the 3 pentacles up in the ceiling of like a church, and there's a worker that's standing like up above on a bench, and there's the 2 people down below that are looking up that are dressed in like nice garment that are obviously the elders or the older people in the situation, but they're learning from the other person. 4 of Pentacles is the man with the crown on his head, and he's got the coin pentacle on his head, on his heart, and 2 under his feet. 5 of Pentacles is 2 people, and they're walking outside, and they seem like they're in distress a bit. The 5 Pentacles are on a church, but there's no way to get in. There's no door to the church, and it looks like they're almost walking through snow, and one of them has a bandage on their head. 6 of Pentacles is 6. It's the 6 pentacles that are up above his head, and he's got a scale in one hand. It's a man, and he's giving like breadcrumbs, almost like food, to 2 people that are down below, kind of kneeling. I think it represents that he has enough to be able to give back with the pentacles, with the earth and the worldly things, so he's giving back. 7 of Pentacles is, 6 of Pentacles is the man that's giving the things. 7 of Pentacles, it's the man, and he's standing there, and he has like a like the rake in his hand, and he is just looking at like a shrubbery or a bush that's being maintained by him with the 7 pentacles in it, and he's just admiring his work. 8 of Pentacles, it's the man sitting on the bench, and he's like away from the village and the market, but he has the 1 pentacle on the bench, and he's nailing it. And he's at work, and then there's a pentacle on the ground, and then the rest of them, the other 6, are going up a tree. It's showing that he's hard at work and working towards his goals. And then there's the 9 of Pentacles, which is the woman. It's a beautiful card. She has the falcon on her hand. She has one hand gently resting on one of the pentacles on the shrubbery or grapevine or grape bush or whatever that bush is. And she is just not holding on tightly. She is reaping her reward. She's gotten to a status where she can just enjoy the effort she's put in. The 10 of Pentacles is the image of, it's a couple and then their children, and they're within like this town, and the 10 pentacles are in the image, and they are in the shape of the tree of life. And then there's also a man with a beard, and the 2 dogs that appear to be the only people that can see that man, that's kind of sitting behind the couple and the children, and they don't appear to see him, but to me it kind of symbolizes maybe he is from that story or legend where he's a beggar, but really he is of some esteem, and he's just trying to see if people are willing to give to him, something along those lines. And then obviously there is the page, the knight, the queen, and the king of pentacles, and they all represent their thing. I have them in my head. Next one I'm going to do is going to be swords, which is for thought and mental clarity and things along those nature. So we have the Ace of Swords, and then the Two of Swords is the woman with the swords crossed here, and she's blindfolded. The Three, which is a choice, she's kind of bound, she's to choose between two things. The Three of Swords is the swords going through the heart. There's three of them going through the heart. The Four of Swords is the rest. So it's a person, it's a tombstone. It's an actual casket, and then there's a sword on the casket engraved into it, and then there's the three hanging above the wall. And the person is lying in the casket like this, on top of it, but it's not really them. In the olden days, they used to take stone, and when you were a person of prestige or had money, they would, you would have your image, your likeness carved into the top of your casket. So that's what that is. It's rest. Five of Swords is it's a person, and he's facing towards you, and he has three swords. He has two in his hand and then one like down on the ground, and then the people behind him, there are two of them, and they're facing towards the water, so you can't see their faces, and they have their swords behind them. So he kind of, it's a battle, it's some kind of struggle, and then the Six of Swords is the crossing of the water. It's two people sitting in a boat, a child and an adult, and they both have garments that kind of cover their head and cover their body. And there's a man at the back of the boat standing on the back with an oar, and he is basically taking them to calmer waters. There's the water to the one side that looks like rough waters, and to the other side it is calm. So he's taking them across to a new passage of time. So Seven of, that's not right. That's right. That's that is the sixth. The Seven of Swords is similar kind of to the Five of Swords, in my opinion. It's a man, and he's got the five swords in his hand, and he's looking behind, and there are two left in the ground. It looks like it's a carnival or a celebration, and it looks like he's stealing them. So he's taking the five, and he's just trying to get away quickly to not be caught. And that is the Seven of Swords. The Eight of Swords is the woman, and she's got a blindfold on as well. She's standing this time instead of in the Two of Swords where she's sitting blindfolded. She's standing, and there are swords in the ground beside her and a bit of water on the ground. And it's basically, again, she's not actually trapped. She just is mentally trapped, and she could remove the blindfold and leave at any time. The Nine of Swords is the person in bed, and they're sitting up in bed, and there's a blanket on their lap. It appears to have some kind of pattern on it, maybe flowers or fruit of some kind. And on the wall, there are the 9 swords that are hanging for mental unrest and maybe nightmares or struggles. And then the 10 of Swords is the person lying on their stomach, and they have swords in their head and their back, and all 10 swords are stuck into them. And 10 is the resolution of a suit. So it's the final. So it's kind of, it's darkest before the dawn. This card is also, it's got dark, it's kind of black in the background, but there's no blood. So it's just basically a mental turmoil. And then obviously there are the page, the knight, the queen, the king of swords. Okay, now we'll go to cups, and the cups represent like emotions or love or the way that we feel about things. And so there's the Ace of Cups, which is there's like a shrub in the background, like a garden, and there's a circle cut out to it that you can see out of that looks, it's a beautiful card. The Ace of Cups. Two of Cups are two people cheersing each other, facing towards each other, with the angel lion, the Leo lion above with the angel wings. And whatever that symbol is, not sure if that's something to do with first aid or something, but it's like a circular kind of serpent thing, symbol on it. The Three of Cups are the three women cheersing each other. It's like a community celebration, time together. Four of Cups is Four of Cups. There's the Three of Cups, which are the women celebrating. And the Four of Cups, I need to have better posture when I'm doing this. The Four of Cups. Oh, I always get this, even though it comes up a lot in readings. It's the man sitting under the tree, and he has a cup, 3 cups in front of him, and the The Ace of Cups, which is like the cloud with the cup, is reaching to him, and he's sitting crossed-armed and kind of sullen, and it looks like his eyes are shut and like he's not really interested in receiving whatever is being given to him for whatever reason. He's closed off to it. The Five of Cups, the 3 cups are spilled, the 2 are still upright. It's a person, they're also wearing a garment with like a hood and kind of, it's, but it's, even though 3 are spilled, there are still 2, but it's a time of kind of reflection as to what's been spilt and what we still have available. 6 of Cups is the boy, and it's got flowers in the cup on this card, and he is presenting it to, I mean, it looks like a little girl, but allegedly it's like a tiny older person, and it's nostalgia and memories and emotional nostalgic memories. There you go. That's the 6 of Cups. 7 of Cups is, that's the man, and it looks like he's almost like the lead of an orchestra or something, and then in front of him are 7 cups kind of lined up in 2 rows, and each cup is filled with a different item. Like one has a serpent in it, one has a like person underneath a blanket with like a light beaming from them with their hands, I think, out to the side. Each of the different cups has a different element in it, for him to be able to kind of choose what kind of thing they want to tap into. So that's the 7 of Cups. 8 of Cups is all of the 8 cups are stacked at the forefront of the image where we can see them, down at the bottom in 2 rows. There's 8. There's again a cloaked figure facing away from us, walking away, almost as if they're going on an adventure or a travel to something else. Even though all of the cups are still upright, they are choosing to move on and letting go of something that doesn't serve them anymore. And it looks like it's nighttime, but if you look at the what looks like the moon, it actually is the sun with the moon covering it, so it's actually an eclipse. And so that's 8 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is the man. His legs are kind of open. I think he's wearing burgundy kind of a cloak, and he looks very pleased with himself, and behind him there's a blue curtain, I believe, and then above that rests almost in a rainbow-ish shape, the 9 cups. And then the 10 of Cups is, again, it's the 10 of Cups. The cups are beautiful. They look like a rainbow above. It's a reaping of the reward, the emotional prize at the end of the rainbow. And the husband and wife, they are looking up at the 10 cups in the rainbow shape, and there's 2 children, and they're dancing, and the children aren't looking up at the cup, they're just enjoying their time and delight together. And then there are the page, knight, queen, king of cups, and the last suit are the wands, and the wands represent fire and action, movement. And so there's the Ace of Wands, and then there is the 2 of Wands, which has the man, and there's got the one stick that's like in the cement and one that's like in the ground, and he has his hand in the one that's his left hand on the one that's in the cement, and he's facing away from us, and he has the world in one hand, but it's a small world, but it's basically the world still. His adventure may be choosing a different path or examining his world to see what suits him. The 3 of Wands is another one where there's the 3 wands like stuck in the ground and someone facing away from the image. The 4 of Wands is a celebration. They have the 2 wands and the 2 wands in the ground with like the wreath kind of like hanging across, and you can see the 2 people, and it looks like they have maybe bouquets in their hands, and they're adults and they're celebrating as well. And I believe there might be 2 children in that image as well. And that's the 4 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is, it's kind of like playful fighting. It looks like each of the 5, there's 5 boys or 5 young men that have a stick, and they are kind of all putting it together into like one pile, as if it doesn't look like aggressive or extremely violent, but it looks like they're playfully competitive and kind of putting their the wands in and having a lighthearted battle. 6 of Wands is, what's the 6 of Wands? So that's the 5 of Wands. There's the battle. The 10 of Wands is, oh, don't leave me now. I'm almost there. So that is the 5 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is, oh my goodness, I've done this for so long. The 5 of Wands. If you know what it is, you're probably yelling at me what the 6 of Wands is. Oh, the 6 of Wands. Is that right? That's not right, because it's the 7 of Wands where he's up on the cliff taking the wands, and then the 8. So what is the 6 of Wands? I know what the 7 of Wands is. We'll go back to it. The 7 of Wands is he's overlooking up above. It's like growth, and he's grabbing a stick. They're all down below. It's almost like he's up on a hilltop, and he is taking one of the 6. The 8 of Wands is, they are 8 wands going this way, and they're kind of all sticking out at different angles, and it's a lot of action and movement in the process. The 9 of Wands is, this is really frustrating. I know all of these. That's the 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Oh, 9 of Wands. They're all on the ground behind him, and he's got a bandage on his head. He's got some kind of like wound from the battle. And then the 10 of Wands is, he's got all of the wands in his hands, and they are all like this, and they're bound on his hands, and he's walking with them in front of him. And again, it's the end of the cycle, but he has to decide if he wants to throw those wands behind him or in front of him. If he throws them behind him, he's learned a lesson from this fire, this turmoil. If he throws them in front of him, inevitably he will repeat the same cycle again and have to pick up those same 10 wands. But you know what? And then again, there is the page, the knight, the queen, and the king of wands. But what is the 6 of Wands? I'm going to keep my eyes shut until I can figure out what the 6 of Wands is. So, 7. The 6 of Wands. The 5 of Wands are fighting. The 6s is like a celebration. Oh, it's a victory. The 6s are kind of like a celebration after the storm of the turmoil of the 5. So 6, oh, I love this card. It's a man upon a horse, and he has a stick, and on the stick is a wreath. Okay, well, thank you for sticking with me, pun intended. Oh, that's 18 minutes of my life that I just spent telling you guys all of the cards. That's a lot of time. Well, hopefully this is what I did to memorize all the cards. I created this little thing where it has each of the cards on it, and then you can fold it in half, and it tells you what they are, and you can just write down information about them so that you can learn, and you can even, so you can cut them along the dotted lines, and you can shuffle them, and then just go through the cards and try to think of the meanings, and then write them down out of sequence. And that's how I memorize them. I wonder if I could do that quicker. Do you think I could do speed round? We'll find out. Maybe I'll try that right now and see if I can do it in under 5 minutes. Okay, bye.